No, my Hutt and welcome along, ladies and gentlemen, to day 3 here, and that means at the National Women's Club Championship, the Open Championship 2025 version, Diamond 1 action here at Sorensen Field, where we have Ramblers taking on Saints. This game is a crossover game, so we have the winners of their 2 sections playing off against each other in this one, and A1 and A2. So yes, so we've got 1v2 in their sections. Saints taking on Ramblers. Should be a fantastic game today. The overcast is still with us. The rain has moved on for now. I'm Gary Rohe from Beyond the Dugout Broadcasting. Joining me this morning is Chris Stephenson. Chris, welcome along, mate. How have you found the tournament so far?
Oh, morning everyone. Morning, Gary. No, tournament's been great. Speaking of Craig Wallace this morning, New Zealand White Sox coach, he's been impressed with the I can't even say it this morning. Athleticism. That's what he's looking for as well. But no, I've been impressed, particularly for the middle infielders.
Yeah, absolutely.
Very, very quality.
There we go for Saints number 4 up to bat for them. Openly leading off is Marama Markia. She pops one up into foul territory. It's taken out there by the third baseman, who is number 1, Alia Hinare. Looks like there's been a few changes out there since we did our team sheets, ladies and gentlemen. I'm sorry, we'll catch up as fast as we can. So Marama Markia becomes the first out. She gets replaced by number 2, Danica Fariso. Danica Fariso has been in fine form this year. Some wonderful highlights from her at the recent series in Australia. But yeah, we had some cancellations yesterday, Chris, and we've had some rejigging of things, so to speak, as you get when you have to eliminate games from the schedule. So the upshot of that, of course, is they have found and settled on their seedings for the next round, and I believe, that's what we're going to see in the first 3 or 4 games this morning.
Yeah, it's unfortunate the rain came through yesterday pretty hard for anyone who knows Wellington weather knows that the rain is sometimes can stick around, which is unfortunate for a lot of teams who have travelled, and some quality teams missed out. But obviously New Zealand softball sets those rules before the tournament. There
are contingencies in place for adverse weather conditions, and of course, we're an outdoor sport. You can't second guess nature. And if it decides to interfere, then something has to be done, and that's what those processes are for.
That's right. I think there was about a dozen games impacted by that couldn't be played. So what they did was gave them 2.5 points each. But I was down here for the afternoon game, and the pitcher's mat was ridiculously wet.
Yeah.
So for safety, they couldn't have gone ahead with it.
This one's flown out down the third base line for a foul. Danica Friso, of course, she's one of the better contact hitters New Zealand has, current White Sox. But yeah, if she gets the balls anywhere near the zone, she's pretty good bet that she's going to hit it.
And quality about here as well. Both teams had a pretty relaxed warm-up, but they seemed very, very focused, which is, I guess, both these teams are seasoned sort of campaigners and been there and done it at the top level. And they were just going through the motions, and it would more become a mental thing. Coaches look relaxed.
Yeah, the adjustment obviously needed to your seedings. Teams that might have made it had they had wins. We'll never know, though, what would have happened. Have missed out, and of course, the teams that are still in there still get to fight for that ultimate prize tomorrow afternoon. This time it's popped just over third base, infield territory, and we see the umpire take a tumble out there straight across the top of one of the fielders as they try and get out of each other's way. The upshot of it is Friso becomes the second out of the inning, and I hope both of those, the player and the umpire, are both okay. Number 22 for Ramblers, Alexia Lacantina. who took the stumble out there.
Yeah, I think for old Alexander Black, I think it's more embarrassment than anything. He didn't get out of the way. So.
Alexander Black out there was trying to get in the best position to observe the play. Unfortunately, didn't see the player coming through. Just taking a quick break to make sure she's okay.
Yeah, Donny Hales is checking in on her as well. She seems to be walking off, maybe a little tweak at the ankle there. She seems to have come back all right. There's a bit of laughing out there.
Good to see the spirits haven't changed around these teams. The girls play with a lot of enjoyment, but also with some pretty fierce competition in mind. So they compete fiercely, but they manage to find time to enjoy it. It's been one of the features of the whole tournament.
They sure have. Yeah, and both teams at the moment, look at them, they're just eyeing each other up at the moment. It's sort of a tit-for-tat battle, isn't it?
Yeah, early days for them, of course. Number 20, Lacey Tangiano, coming up to bat for Saints now. Saints a reasonably settled lineup. You've seen this one throughout the season. So they all know what each other can do. They all back each other to do their jobs. They're very, very well coached. They've got current under-23 national coach Kitty Shaw coaching them. And I see they've roped in the experience from Hawke's Bay of Kevin Giddings out there at first base. So there's an enormous amount of experience out there to coach Saints in this one.
Yeah, so junior coach Dave Elders out there as well in the Saints jacket was working with the players as well. So some pretty quality coaching.
I was going to say there's no shortage of national staff on the Saints coaching roster. There's a hit. This time third base is in the action once again. Alia Hinari does a good job for all three of those outs. 1, 2, and 3. Saints up and down. We are the top of first complete. We'll be back with Ramblers batting lineup in just a sec.
Central Group delivers smart material handling and forklift solutions for New Zealand logistics, warehousing and manufacturing sectors. With leading brands including energy-efficient lithium-ion options, plus complete service, fleet management, rentals and operator training, Central Group has you covered. Get your needs matched to the right product. Call Central Group today.
104.9 and 94.9 Atiawa.
When the radio's on and the sound's hot, you just have to enjoy. There's no way to stop. That's where it sounds like the best every day of the week. Better than all the rest. We let the music. All the best throwbacks, 90s and more. Atiawa Talk. All the best throwbacks.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. There we go. We're at Fraser Ballpark here for the 2025 Women's Open Club Championship. The big tournament that all the club teams want to be at, and they all want to win. We've got two teams here that definitely want to feature in the sharp end of the tournament. Saints from here in Hutt Valley, and also Ramblers from Auckland. Pania Monk out on the hill for Saints, and her first pitch is a hit pitch on Gabriel Murari, who heads down to first base. There we see the slow motion replay. The pitch heads inside. It's the knee as she tries to get out of the way. That'll need a bit of ice later on today, I dare say, Crispy.
Oh, I've been hit a few times.
Yes, we all have, yeah.
But in the moment, you don't feel it. It's not till later on. But I'm sure she's not going to be worried too much.
No, as they say in the old language, she'll get to run it off. Naomi Giacometti up to bat for Ramblers. They got a little bit of a United Nations out there. There are a couple of international players, Naomi Giacometti being one of them. Italian, I believe. There we go. Just as things have quietened down a little bit out there, we'll quickly give you the entire Ramblers batting lineup. Gabriel Murari comes in, as we saw, she's out at first base. Naomi Giacometti in there right now. Alexia Lacantino, followed by Ruby Nola. Charisse Kestrip-Caldwell, Sian Masters, Casting Fuimaono, Alia Hinari, and rounding out their order, Jessie Jackson. Defensively out there for Saints, out at right field is Ivana Gibson. Poppy Priddle at centre field. Keep an eye on her. She's a human highlight reel. Marama Markia equally. Danica Fariso at shortstop. Lacey Tangiano in the hot corner. Denver Shaw Tate at 2. Misa Shaw Wallace at 1. Pania Monk doing the pitching to current White Sox catcher, Kerry Simeon.
Yeah, for anyone back at home, this commentary gig is not easy, Gary. But you make it look easy because what you can hear for people at home who've never heard it before. You have the producers in your ear. You've got the game what's going. You've got the game highlights going. You've got the microphone from the dugouts happening. So everything's all go.
Yeah, you can hear everything in here, and people at home can hear the ambient noise, and they can hear us, but they can't hear the producers and things going on in our ear. So, you've got to try and focus and concentrate.
That brings up number 22, Alexia Bancantina.
Yeah, so sometimes we miss something. It's we're listening and we're also watching, because it's as a lover of softball, it's quite hard. It's quite easy to get immersed in the game and watch it yourself, right? Yeah,
that's right. And we are in the best seat in the house, other than the Blue herself. To see all the action right out in front of us. We do get to sit in this air-conditioned booth. It's quite nice as well. That's all good. There we go, number 22, Alexia Lacantina out there. We've got one down. The runner at 1 is Giacometti. Lacantina, another one of the internationals in the Ramblers team. And she can bat very well. This time the fielder out of right field is in perfect position to take that fly ball for the second out. That'll bring to bat number 9, Ruby Nola.
For the second out of the inning.
Yeah, and Alexia has obviously had a pretty good tournament so far. She's featuring on the day 2 stats with having 5 RBIs batted in. That's pretty good for your 2-hitter.
Yes, very well, and it's been a feature of this whole tournament. Crispy, that the batting has been exceptional on Diamond 1. That's what we get to see, is all the action on Diamond 1. The batting out here has been absolutely first class. They've been peppering the fence left, right and centre. They've been going over the fence with regularity. There we see this one's gone straight to first base. It's Shaw Wallace that fills it out there, and that will end the first inning. For the ball game, there's no score in it, and we'll be back after a few messages.
Ramblers nil. We're having a little technical difficulty with the ground announcer's mic. But leading off for the Saints is number 1, Ivani Gibbs.
There you go, ladies and gentlemen. A glimpse of the scoreboard here at Fraser Park. It's brighter than the light around us at the moment, as it's still very grey here.
Likewise.
I see the forecast had us for some sunshine, but at the moment it's closer to liquid sunshine than it is to actual sunshine. But it is not raining at the moment. So fingers crossed for that one, that we don't get any rain. Ramblers out in the field right now, taking on Saints from Hutt Valley. No score in the ball game with 1 inning complete. Now we'll quickly get to run you through the orders in reverse order there. So although they're starting with Ivani Gibson out there right now, we will start here at the top of the order was Marama Makia, Danica Friso, Lacey Tangiano, who were the first 3 out in the first innings. Ivani Gibson batting right now, Denver Shaw Tate, Poppy Priddle, Irini Costa, Misha Shaw-Wallace and Kerry Simeon. That is an order that bats deep all the way to 9 and just keeps going. Defensively out there for Ramblers, they made a few changes, so we hope we've got that right. And it's Gibson who swings hard at a rising pitch on the inside to strike out for the first out in the innings, to be replaced by Denver Shaw Tate. Ruby Nola will field at right field for Ramblers, Naomi Giacometti at centre, Jessie Jackson at left, Alexia Lacantina at shortstop, Alia Hanadi in the hot corner, Gabrielle Maradi at 2, Castine Fuimaono at first base. Marjolaine Merckx is doing the pitching into Charisse Kistrup Caldwell. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen, the teams in reverse from the first inning. Now in the top of the second innings, Denver Shaw Tate, up until last year, had a successful stint over in the United States at colleges. She's a current White Sox player. Both teams are bursting with international experienced representatives. So this should be an absolutely fantastic and enthralling contest between these two teams. We're in what they might call, in sometimes golfing vernacular, moving day. Here, they'll be all positioning themselves for the favoured positions and draws for semis and finals. And, of course, inevitably, throughout the day, some teams will miss out. That remains to be seen who yet.
Yeah, sport's brutal, isn't it? Sometimes, there's 17 quality teams here at these women's clubs and club nationals, but there can only be one winner.
That's right, absolutely brutal, but that's the nature of sport, isn't it? There are winners and there are losers.
There are, and I've won a final, I've lost a final. It's
I know what it's like.
Polarising emotions. And Ramblers will be pretty confident with the lineup that they've gone with today as well. So Marjolaine is currently the on the stats wise, she's top pitcher in the tournament, having 29 batters faced, and with a perfect ERA of 0. So
no safe hits off that. That is absolutely astounding. There we go. Having said that, she's just walked Denver Shaw Tate, who heads down to the first base to be replaced by Poppy Priddle. This is a player that has emerged in the last couple of seasons as one of the really huge talents in our sport. She's an absolutely amazing athlete. I can tell you, I first saw her at the under-19s down in Invercargill only a season ago, and the progression from her in a short time has been absolutely incredible, all the way to the White Sox.
Yeah, amazing talent. I'm a bit biased too. She's a lefty, so so she must be great.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's got a job to do now.
There we go. She's popped that one up, and that's a nice pitch.
Oh, dead ball called?
Yeah, they've got the runner at 1 leaving early.
Dead ball, runners out at...
Early call by plate umpire Nicole Ogier there to fire out the runner at first base.
Yeah, probably would be a little bit disappointed with that too, won't she? She had a job to get that bunt down. Unfortunately, she dropped her shoulder and popped it up to third base, but it didn't count with Denver, who's fast, she'll tell you.
Denver
she
is
left
quick.
a little bit early.
And at first base, of course, you've got Brodie Donald. He would have made the call initially.
Yeah, we speak about young talent. Brody, 17 years of age.
Yeah, that's incredible. Another
yeah.
one that's come through his desired area of softball is umpiring.
Great sense of humour, that young fella too. When you're working with him as a coach, he's good to deal with. You can approach him. Great sense of humour. He was telling me today he's all shaved up for the day.
A little bit too much information there. Now, Brodie Donald, of course, is an umpire.
Yeah, okay. I was comparing that to Alexander III, who's got this little moustache.
Oh, he's got mate. Yeah, he's got the dirty stash there.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, of course, you choose to do umpiring. It is sometimes a thankless job. Our umpires in New Zealand are brilliant, international quality for the most part, and those that are coming through. If you choose umpiring as a career, it can take you a long way. Absolutely. We've had umpires in Olympic finals and ISC games, and major championships all over the world. So there you go. That's what you choose to be your involvement in our wonderful sport, then go for it.
Yeah, in this game, in softball New Zealand, it relies on volunteers as well, don't they? So the coaches and the players and the umpires and even the commentary team here, all volunteers.
Yeah. Well, we are the most grassroots of grassroots sports. We're a whānau-oriented sport, we know about it. All our international people, mate, I tell you, they are the most approachable people in sport. We've got one of the greatest on this diamond right now, and Donnie Hale coaching the Ramblers. And, of course, many people will remember his exploits around the world of softball. I don't know if rugby players get to approach guys like Dan Carter, etc. and things, but in softball you can, and you can have a good old chat with them.
Yeah. Yeah, and he's a very approachable, nice guy. Knowledgeable, humble, and he always give you the time of day.
Yeah. There we go. That's enough of the advertising for our sport for the day. We'll get back on with the game, where Poppy Priddle is now deep into a count. She was disappointed with herself that she let that bunt go. We're now 2 down. With, of course, the early leave for Denver Shore Tate. Poppy Priddle there just got to get herself out there and maybe get themselves going. A big obstacle in her way, and Marjolaine Merckx out there already doing a great job. As we see Poppy Priddle doing the dance to get out of the way of the pitch there. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Yeah, I'm not sure if you can see it from home, but Marjolaine seems to be peppering the outside of the plate as well. And umpire Nicola Ogier is giving her those calls as well, giving her the corners.
Yeah, you're right. In most sports, I presume most sports are the same, but once you get up to this sort of level, everything is planned, and it's all about execution. So they will have discussed with their battery coach a plan of attack to the Saints batters. They will have done their due diligence, and they will know batter by batter which areas they need to attack.
No, that's right. No, I was speaking to Ramblers manager Sina Hunkin before the game, and what she wants the girls to do today is just following the processes they talked about. And she was talking about the smaller things, about the execution, the simple things like watching the ball into the glove, the head on the ball when you're making contact with it. And she said if you can do all those things right, then you get the favourable outcomes. And it seems to be working at the moment for them.
There we go. Poppy Priddle has a hard swing at that and goes down in the strikeout. The second strikeout of the top of the second innings. Still no score in this ball game. It's shaping up as being a very tight game. A beauty. We'll be back with more action in just a minute.
Coming to kick me out already. I'm like Kerry. I was up the first day and after think we're done alright. Really nice. Kick me out.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. There we go. We've already seen some action here in the bottom of the second innings where we saw Charisse Kestrip-Caldwell get fired out from shortstop at first base on the hit. She has been replaced by number 17, Sian Masters, for Ramblers as they look to get going in this one. We're into the second innings. Chris, you can already see that this is going to be one of those tight, almost ding-dong battle sort of games, you know. Two good teams going hard at each other.
Yeah, you can see it at the moment. You're right, and you get that feeling too, don't you?
Yeah.
They're just sort of just sussing each other out, and you go through this first three innings where you get all your 1 to 9 hitters seeing the picture and working them out with what they can do.
Yeah, well, one of the things that we've seen throughout the tournament, we're in day 3 now. We've seen quite a bit of softball. Nice pitch out there from Pania Monk to strike out Masters. She did a great job there. Casting Fuimaono, it is, who will come in, number 28 for Ramblers. But also one of the features, what I was going to say, is that 3 or 4 innings of tight softball has usually been replaced by a blast from a team where they really just click in, usually after their second turn at bat.
Yep. No, we've all the games we've seen on Dom 1, that's been the case. And that's that's the challenge for teams, right? As well, do you keep your pitcher in there? Because they've obviously working, they've seen the batters and they get a feel for how they go up against them. Or do you substitute the pitcher and try something different?
Yeah, it's an interesting one because you're in a situation now where teams can't afford to lose. Unlike the first day, for example, where, of course, you can have a loss and you're not out of the tournament, we're in a situation now where...
Yeah, but that's right. And you want to position yourself from this game is getting that top qualifier spot for the semi-final.
Yeah, that's right.
This afternoon.
Yeah. You're not necessarily out, but you definitely are disadvantaged hugely with a loss. And then, of course, certainly at this stage, 2 losses won't do it.
It's been a great pitching duel at the moment. Both quality pitchers, with Pania being current White Sox pitcher as well. She seems really relaxed out there. I was having a word to her before the game. Great sense of humour. Seems to be a lover of softball, and she was talking about hitting as well.
She's a relaxed character. She came through initially at the same time as my youngest daughter. I think they were in the juniors together. Pania and Emily, so yeah, she is. She's good to see her still in the game and still going. She has walked through Maono though, so Ramblers get a runner on base to be replaced by number 1, Alia Henare.
Yeah, so even though it's nice to see that Pania was relaxed before the game as well. So anything you would want to say to your coach before the game? She's Kitty, put me on the bat. I'll hit bombs. I see the lineup that she's been hit for.
It's good though. Keep it simple for your athletes. Do all the complicated stuff. The coaches can do all that. See the ball, hit the ball as a batter. For the athletes, it's all about how they execute.
That's right. And speaking to White Sox coach Craig Wallace this morning, that's what he was looking for his girls. So obviously he's naming a team for the qualifying tournament in September. For September, I think he's naming that.
Yeah.
There's also a tournament with the Canada Cup in July, but a team's going to be named at the end of this week. And what he's looking for is he's looking to take his best team to the qualifier. And he was saying what he's looking for is he wants them to be competitive. He wants athletes. He wants the game played at speed, and we've noticed that a lot this tournament as well. There's a lot of hustle, there's a lot of energy, diving for everything. Like we've seen some great players shortstop, particularly from throwing off the knees over the first.
Well, you're talking about energy, speed, athleticism.
That's the word I was looking for in the game, athleticism.
I thought I'd throw it in there for you, mate. You were having trouble.
Oh, yeah, I was struggling with that.
But yeah, and that's a message that would have gone out from the coaching staff. Hey, look, this is what we want from you. This is what we want to see from you out on the diamond. And it's one of the things that they'll be looking hard at. And Coach Wallace is here today, and he will be looking at a lot of the athletes throughout this tournament. Nice job by Monk. She gets the job done again and strikes out Hanadi for the 3rd out here in the second innings. 2 complete, no score. They head to the dugout. We'll be back in just a minute.
Atiawa 49 at 94.9. Atiawa
When your radio's on and the sound is hot, you just have to enjoy. There's no way to stop. That's where it sounds like the best every day of the week. Better than all the rest. We let the music speak. All the best throwbacks, 90s and more. Atiawa Talk.
Atiawa
All the best throwbacks.
You wanna move it, you wanna lift it. Central Group can show you how to shift it. Central Group delivers smart material handling and forklift solutions for New Zealand logistics, warehousing and manufacturing sectors. With leading brands including energy-efficient lithium-ion options, plus complete service, fleet management, rentals and operator training, Central Group has you covered. Get your needs matched to the right product. Call Central Group today.
Oh, yeah. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. There we go. We are back on Diamond 1, Sorensen Field. It is named after that very famous softballing dynasty, the Sorensen family, here in the Hutt Valley. And it is Hutt Valley Saints taking on Ramblers out there. Ramblers have made a change at third base. Cian Masters has come into field at third base. But for Saints, up to bat right now is one of the players with international flavour for them, Irini Costa. Comes in on the left side of the plate. Another player close to Crispy's heart. Another lefty. A few of them sprinkled throughout the teams.
It is. And being a lefty, you're obviously close to the first base, so you've got all the tools. And I always talk to the young kids, young men now, I guess when I talk about the under 17, under 19 level, you must show bunt at least once in the game. Just to get the pitcher thinking. You don't have to put the bunt down, but at least you get them moving.
It's interesting, you're getting coaching at the top levels now who are converting batters to left-handed. And we've seen teams from Japan come into tournaments with 9 lefties. It's amazing.
It seems to be a mental thing for some pitchers too. Like a lot of lefties get hit. Some pitchers can't throw to lefties for some reason.
Yeah, it is. It is. I mean, I know myself. If I think back many years ago, it was almost a mental block at times.
Probably a lot of lefties are quite cheeky too, so that's probably the reason they get plugged into a...
Well, I think with the other side of the brain, so there you go. Nice job by Merckx, though. She struck out Costa. Strikeouts from both pitchers beginning to dominate. And that's what you don't want. So coaches will be looking to do something in there to break this up. One of the batters capable of doing that is the young but still very inexperienced Misha Shaw-Wallace, who I saw just a couple of weeks ago. And we commentated on one of the club games, launched one out of the diamond with very little effort. What looked like very little effort.
No, she's a power athlete. And she's had a lot of success this year. So she was with the Hawke's Bay NFC women's team as well, enjoying the victory over Hutt Valley in the final there.
A fair sprinkling of those players as we see Merckx does it again. I just talked about it, Crispy. Once pitchers get a roll on and they get dominant, it's something that as offensive teams have just got to try and do something to break that pattern up, because you settle on it and it's very hard to break it.
Yeah, and it's a pretty simple game plan at the moment, seeing Ramblers going for it. They're finishing on the outside corner. And Marjolaine seems to be getting that pitch as well, and Saints need to adapt. I did see in between innings, Kitty was speaking to the team. They obviously had worked something out, just talking about patience and maybe moving that ball. But you saw the likes of Denver, Pioneer speaking to the team as well. So
patience in the batter box is an important thing, but Marjolaine seems to be peppering the strike zone like that. So maybe the word needs to go out. Don't let anything through the strike zone. Get that bat in the way somehow. Got to take that away from the pitcher.
Yeah, and for Kerry up to bat here, you can see that the corners are quite deep as well. So if she gets it off the end of the bat or something, she's fast enough to beat it out. But she can also hit for power too.
Kerry Simeon, definitely one of the top batters in the country. She's one of the most experienced players around now. Long-time member of the White Sox, and if anyone's capable of breaking these shackles, it definitely is her. But we talked about it in between innings about the international players coming in and our batters seeing just a level up in quality, and there's another example of that right there, of that quality that an international pitcher brings. We'll talk about that again as they go into the break. 3 up, 3 down, all on strikeouts. It's Marjolaine Milk's show out there at the moment. We'll find out what happens when we come back in just a minute. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, as we just get underway here in the bottom of the third innings, where it is Jessie Jackson for Ramblers coming up to bat. Here against Saints from Hutt Valley. Things are brightening and lightening here, and I do see a slither of blue sky out there. So perhaps that bodes well for the games this afternoon. Still very cool here as we've got a light southerly. It's actually not bad conditions for softball other than the temperature. So, yeah, things are drying out nicely. Long may it last.
Yeah, when I drove down here this morning, it was raining.
Yep.
Which is abnormal for Upper Hutt.
Yeah. Yeah, it's usually icy before it rains. But there we go. Pania Monk going to work out there in the last inning. She struck out 2 of the Ramblers batters, which is just indication of the dominance that both pitchers are just edged into at the moment. But as we talked about, Crispy, once they get into that second look, we've normally found things free up with the bat a little bit.
That's right. And you talk about these games. It can be a little bit of nerves for players as well. It's like, sometimes players can overthink it. They've gone away from scoring, I think Saints have scored over 40 runs this tournament already.
Yeah, they've scored heavily.
Yeah, so sometimes the playoff softball, you can start to change your game plan, your mentality, and go away from what's worked for you. But it definitely pitches you at the moment, and for both teams, it's to adjust to where the umpire's calling the balls and strikes, and seems to be the outside corner of the plate. Yeah,
absolutely. Nicole Ogier, she's calling a good outside width, but hey, it's up to the players to adjust to that. Not the blue. She'll set the tone as far as where the strike zone is.
That's right. And she's been very consistent all game.
Yeah, Gabriel Murari.
All 3 innings of it.
Has the opportunity to do as she's the lead-off hitter for Ramblers. Jessie Jackson struck out in her at bat. So that just continues that little bit of dominance. Murari doing a good job here, though. Is 3 balls, no strikes, definitely deep into a hitter's count.
Pania's just putting up a hand there to say that she's missed those spots and she's just overthrown the ball a little bit there. So her and Kerry just having a little conversation about what they're going to do for the next batter.
One down.
Yeah, these two have worked a lot together. Obviously, they will be a battery at some stage, or are a battery with the White Sox, as well as being here. But they were also together at that recent NFC tournament for Hawke's Bay. So they know each other very, very well. Is that nice inside line? It's popped up high. It's coming down right on the fence. And there's a nice job out there to take that one. Lacey Tanyano just kept her eyes. She had nothing but eyes for the ball right there to take there out.
And Ramblers just looking for a quick change here, which is good. Donny's just keeping everyone on their toes. So number 3 is
Amani to Mavavi comes in for a pinch hit.
And looking at the body languages of the coaches, they both don't look stressed at all.
No.
Which is for a player, when they look at their coach and they say they can see them relaxed, that's going to feed into the energy on.
It's interesting, Crispy. We've seen coaching staff throughout the tournament who were vastly experienced as players, but just as coaches, and like you say, they look so relaxed, but they are watching everything, aren't they? I mean, they can see everything that's going on out there, and obviously they've forgotten more about it than most of us will ever know. No finer example of it out there than Donny Hale right now. He's assisted out there at first base by Red Hinari.
Yeah, and he's got a good poker face too. He doesn't sort of show too much emotion, does he? Mine, I've got a face like thunder. Mine shows everything. So,
yeah, sometimes as a coach I might have worn my heart on my sleeve as well. Yeah. But there you go. Some of us have got the temperament for it. Some of us have got the temperament for commentating. There's a nice job also done by Pania Monk, who is racking up the strikeouts now. Still no score in this ball game. It's going away along quickly, so don't go anywhere. You'll want to see what comes next.
You wanna move it, you wanna lift it. Central Group can show you how to shift it. Is your construction machinery ready for an upgrade? Central Group empowers construction, farming, logistics and infrastructure sectors with leading global brands Takeuchi and Wakanoisin. With a full service offer through their nationwide network, Central Group ensures you're looked after from purchase through to maintenance. Maybe it's time you gave Central Group a call.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We are on Sorensen Field and things are just getting lighter and better here as the day goes on. Exactly what we like to see, and nothing better than the game going on right in front of us. It's a very tight affair. We are now 3 innings complete. It's 0-0 between these two titans of women's softball, Ramblers from Auckland and Hutt Valley Saints. Digging deep and going hard at each other. Marama Markia, the leadoff hitter for Hutt Valley Saints out there right now. Markia, no need to tell softballers what family she comes from. Part of that dynasty, doing her own thing and doing extremely well. Obviously a feature in the White Sox herself. We mentioned that this Saints team and this Ramblers team bristling with representative talent. So it's such a wonderful thing to see.
Oh, it's good for the game, and especially for the younger players that are coming through. They've got their idols to look up to, and they've got that experience. And that's what's great about having international players come to New Zealand to play softball, or for our players to travel overseas to play as well. They get that experience. They get to rub shoulders with different players, and they get to learn different elements of softball.
Yeah, made a great point there, because in amongst all of these experienced internationals, current internationals, former internationals, there's a lot of young girls throughout the tournament who will be looking to them for their guidance, for everything they want to learn is right here in this tournament. And it's the wonderful thing about the club tournament and the club format.
Oh, that's right. You look at Saints, they've got a young girl, Matangho Nuku, who can't make the Saturday 9, but yet she's a quality player. She's under the under-23 White Sox team as well. She's in the 19, so...
Yeah.
And that's a strength of the Saints, I guess.
But a youth like her, she can just sit on that bench, do her job when it's required, but she can just soak it all up like a sponge. Absolutely amazing experience.
Yeah, and she's a very coachable young lady as well. Very nice girl.
High in the zone this time, and Marama Mark here is doing a good job of taking Marjolaine Merckx into a deep count. 3 balls, 2 strikes here in the top of the 4th innings. It's interesting because Merckx has struck out 5 batters since the 2nd innings, and including 3 in a row in the last inning. And that's a wonderful job done by Mark here to get her team going in this one. She picks the walk. She's safe at first.
Just like we talked about before, you mentioned the players now are onto their second turnabout with bat. So nice adjustments, great count, 7 pitches here that she had seen.
Yeah, that might be an illustration, certainly, of the conversation that you mentioned before between the coach and her athletes. Kitty Shaw just saying, try and be patient out there, see a few pitches. And there we see, there's the effort to go short, and we've seen all of the girls pop that foul ball up. Foul that attempt at bunt up. They just need to make an adjustment, try and get over the top of that.
Yeah, that's right. And as a coach, that's what you expect them to do, is just give their out up to move that run around into a better scoring position. And Ramblers are playing for the bunt too. Both the corners are up.
There, this time the bunt is executed to perfection. The out is taken by Masters from first base, but the runner is moved over to 2. And that is a professional job of softball right there.
Yes. Beautiful sacrifice bunt, well placed, and set Saints up now. So they'll throw everything at this here, with 2 quality batters coming up as well. With the young talent, Ivani Gibson, on deck, waiting to come in. Even though she struck out last time, she had some good
Ivani
hits.
Gibson is on deck. You got Lacey Tungiano in there right now, waiting to face the first pitch, which fires higher in the zone.
It was interesting, the mentality of Ivani. Yesterday I was having a little conversation with her, and she was thinking, I'm in that 4 spot, but I'm not hitting bombs.
Yeah.
But that's not what she needs to do, because she's a quality contact hitter who hits the ball.
Sometimes you can get sort of carried away with thinking you've got to hit bombs, right? They kind of take care of themselves, don't they?
Yeah.
I mean, if you do all the basics right, swing that bat flat, there's nothing wrong with grounding out to ground balls out to the outfield is what I was trying to say. There's nothing wrong with that, but when they come, they tend to take care of themselves.
Oh, that's right. And what I've seen from her, she can hit, she sits nicely on those change-ups. She's hit left field, right field, so she has to trust herself when she comes up to bat.
Yep. But if she's wondering why she's in the 4 spot, she just needs to ask her coach, because there will be a reason, even if she's not there to pepper the fence.
Yeah, certainly a talented young lady.
Here we go now. We've got Marama Mark here out at second base, staring down the bat, and Tungiano it is who strikes out for the second out here in the bottom of the 4th innings, top of the 4th innings.
Yep, another outside pitch that the Saints team are chasing.
To be replaced by Ivani Gibson. We just talked about her. She's a very talented softballer. Another one of the members of Saints experience. There's a steal on at third base. The throw has not been able to be executed. And Mark here did a wonderful job. She really does have some speed and aggression from the coaching staff there to call that steal.
Yeah, fortune favours the brave. And with 1 out now, or 2 outs, Kitty looks like trying to make something happen.
Yeah. I sort of wondered when Mark here was on first, when the coach would kind of take it out of the batter's hands and try and move the runner herself by calling a steal. It didn't take long to come.
2 balls, no
Nice play, and even if, regardless if they score here, it puts that little seed in the Saints' mind that yes, we can get runners on here, and also for the Ramblers, they start to worry a little bit. They've got to think about a runner on 3, so then that's when it brings in the pass ball.
It also emphasises, Chris, the difference between executing that out and not executing it was just a real fine line. That throw was hot down to third base, wasn't able to be taken, and if it was taken, you know, that's just it's like millimetres at times, isn't it?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, and it's a play that you practice, but when it's in a game, the pressure comes on. And unfortunately for Ramblers, it didn't come off this time, but it did for Saints.
Yeah. There we see a 1-2 pitch there turns into a strike for Gibson. It's an even count. And we talked about this. This is normally where Merckx tries to go to the outside of the plate to get that third strike, and we see the catcher set up right there. Gibson up to the challenge this time. She fouls that one off. She reached a long way across to get it.
I was going to mention that. Yeah. So she's got to learn from this as well. So with the 2-2 count, it does leave Ramblers with a ball up their sleeve, or she can be aggressive and maybe go to the outside corner again. The catcher sits up inside.
Sits up inside. Gibson hits it. It goes to shortstop. It's going to be close. And execution is on point for Ramblers this time. They take the out. There we go. Some exciting softball action out here, but still no score in this ball game. We'll find out what happens when we come back in just a minute. That'll be...
You wanna move it, you wanna lift it. Central Group can show you how to shift it.
Is your construction machinery ready for an upgrade? Central Group empowers construction, farming, logistics and infrastructure sectors with leading global brands Takeuchi and Wakanoisin. With a full service offer through their nationwide network, Central Group ensures you're looked after from purchase through to maintenance. Maybe it's time you gave Central Group a call.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. There we go. The pitchers are telling the story. Here on Sorensen Field, we see a hard hit by Ruby Nola. It's gone down the first base line. It's in play. And that's the first real hit of the ball game from either team. Ruby Nola safe at second base. And that's a fine way to get Ramblers going in this ball game. And that has been real tight. We did talk about the possibility of it opening up once batters start seeing their second turns at bat.
That's right, and beautiful run. Nice spot, a great hustle from right field to get the ball in. But again, it's given them an extra base hit, which likely here for.
Well, we're seeing the batters now beginning to adjust to that outside pitch. There's the steal on at 3, and time had called out there by the third base umpire.
Yeah, the bunt went down, but it was foul. But Kerry Simon come up throwing to 3 there, trying to get that lead runner. Awesome.
So that bunt just dropped straight down in the batter's box for a foul ball.
And again, likely to put the bunt down just to again move the runner into a better scoring position.
There goes the bunt again. The execution not quite there yet from Charisse.
Oh, she is not.
Caldwell.
I'm glad she wasn't mic'd up. You get to just see what she said there. She's not happy with herself.
Yep, didn't need to be a lip reader there to see what she was thinking.
She had a job to do. So now with 2 strikes on her, she's got to put the ball in play for Ramblers here. Her job is to get that runner around. How she does it, doesn't matter.
This time she's pop-flied it. It's going out to centre field. Coming in under it is Poppy Priddle, who has taken it very calmly out there. Keeps the runner at 2. 1 down with number 17, Sian Masters, up to bat for Ramblers. Well, we're starting to see some aggression from coaches as far as the base running goes. Johnny Hale's already called the hit and run once in the inning. Oh, this time it's been taken down. Misha Shaw Wallace fielded that, took the out, 2 down, but that's moved the runner over to 3. Tastine Fuimaono up to bat for Ramblers. Nice job by Ramblers to get that runner across the 3. The second hit and run of the inning called by Donny Hale.
That's right. Put the ball in play, and you don't know what's going to happen.
Just one of those split-second decisions that fielders have to make. Possibly Shaw Wallace, that ball might have gone foul. You don't know that, though, so she probably made the right decision in getting the out.
Yeah. Take the outs that are in front of you, because now with 2 out, it sort of it puts pressure on Ramblers because they don't have anything to play with now with the 2 out. But
safe hit needed, and that job is on the shoulders of Tastine Fuimaono.
And on day 1 of the tournament, we saw some nice hitting from her as well, out to the fence. So let's see what she can do here. Well, it looks like Saints, Pani is the same. We're going to put her on.
So obviously the signals come from the dugout. Put Castine on. There's 2 down. There's only 1 runner they're interested in, unless they can get the batter. And they're interested in keeping that runner at 3rd.
And that's experience too, isn't it? When you know that you've got a quality batter up there, and sometimes you think you might have a pick on this batter, so she wants to go at her.
And she might have just saved herself a couple of pitches as well, because she knew she was going to have to pitch around her. Going through the middle of the zone to Fuimaono, probably not an option. She's such an accomplished hitter. Alia Inari it is who's tasked with doing the job now. This time she's hit one out to right field. It's gone straight down the throat of the fielder out there, Ravani Gibson. You go a long way to see her miss a catch like that. And indeed, she has caught it. Saints managed to defuse that one, and it is getting brighter, and the softball is getting hotter. We'll be back in 1 minute. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. There we go. We are in day 3 action here on Diamond 1 at Sorensen Field of the 2025 National Open Club Championships for Women. Softball Ramblers taking on Saints. 0-0 in the ball game, and it's been the old ding-dong battle so far, Crispy, between these two teams. They're trying everything to get runners across the home plate. Hasn't worked yet.
Yep, and Denver shows button there just to try to get the fielding team, getting Ramblers to think about what's going on. She wasn't happy with the low call in the zone. But we're just getting updates from Diamond 2 as well, of Kaipoi and Waitakere. Going into the top of the 4th, it was a 0-0 ball game as well. So obviously with both, I guess the two Diamonds going on here with the playoff softball.
Yep. So we've got leaders and second place in Group A here on Diamond 1. So you've got leader and second base in Group B over on the other diamond playing at the moment. So bound to be tight ball games. This time, Shaw Tate's hit it straight down the first base line. She's just going to let the player come to her and tag her out. You know, sometimes you don't like seeing that. There's the possibility in a tag of losing the ball. She's done it, and everyone's been very calm about it, actually. But, sometimes you just like to see that little flip back to first base. But, hey, the out was taken. It was taken, executed perfectly. There we go. It's Poppy Priddle.
Yeah, and Saints here are looking to just get runners in motion here. Both Denver showed bunt there, and Poppy is looking to just move the ball to get on.
Yeah.
Denver had to make an adjustment, and that's why she right-handed batter, sort of a weak ground ball over first base because it was outside. So it'd be nice for Poppy to slap one through here. There's a big gap between centre and left. The left field out there is marking the line pretty tightly.
Poppy comes to us out of Wanganui. I presume she still lives there, so travels to all her softball to play for Saints. Marjolaine Merck, Charisse Kestrip Caldwell, an international combination, and seem to be a very effective battery out there, operating very well with each other. And there we go. Priddle just watches that pitch go through the inside for another strikeout for Merckx. She really is racking them up in this ball game. That'll bring to bat Irene Costa for Saints. Also from the left side, but she's a powerful batter. And Merckx does have the ball on a string at the moment. That was a beautiful inside pitch.
Yeah, set out really, really nicely. So good sequencing with the battery as well. So she was expecting outside, come back in. You can see on the replay there, beautiful corner.
Yeah, and I think Priddle knew it as well. Definitely saw what she thought of her own inability to swing there. KC, that one. Marjolaine Merckx out of Holland, I believe.
Yeah, Queen Walker to those. If it's morning over there, I'm not sure what time it is, but I think that's
the greeting.
That's a greeting for good morning. Yeah, if you agree with that.
I'll have to ask my young fellow. He spent a couple of seasons in Holland a few years ago.
Well, I'm not often wrong.
Yeah, enjoys the. Yeah.
I've been in this country for
everything. I'll learn it and I'll say it to him. You see, see if he knows what I'm talking about. How much he remembered.
Yeah. But as you can see today with this battery, there's been no earned runs. The furthest States have got is runner on to 3, so you can see why the ERA is 0.
Yeah,
it stands obviously a very hard hitter a very hard pitcher to face and to get runs on.
Yeah, from what I've seen, she's a pitcher who pitches with power. She's got great control of her rotation. And hits great spots, as we just saw there, as she got Costa to swing at that high pitch for a strike. They head back to the dugout. We're getting into the later stage of this game now. Top of 5 complete. Still no score in this ball game. What can happen to break this open? Well, hopefully we'll find out when we come back in just a minute. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. There we go. We're just underway here in the bottom of the fifth innings. Things going through very quickly in this ball game as it is a tight contest. 0-0, if you can believe that. There's only been one runner, I believe, in the ball game successfully to third base. Maybe two. One for each team. But other than that, it's been very hard to get bodies in motion at all. Both teams, it almost seems like it's a grand final. It's that sort of atmosphere and tenseness in this game.
Oh, it sure is. Well, if you're not old Joe out there who's doing the ground announcing, he's hugging and kissing everyone. He thinks this is great. I think it's just a warm up because it's cold. But you're right. It has been a tense game, and 1 versus 2 in here. So we get to that point of the game where something needs to happen. The batters don't need to change too much.
Yeah.
It's just about getting a runner on, and well, we've talked about before, one run might be the winner of this game.
Well, we talked about it before we went home yesterday, about who we thought might be emerging as favourite for the tournament. We just couldn't separate, at least even last night, half a dozen teams.
That's right.
One of the ones we talked about since then, Atiawa, has since gone, but the 4 teams playing on 2 diamonds right now, you just cannot separate them. There we go. Ramblers start off. Jesse Jackson with another strikeout. And it is Pania Monk who equally to Marjolaine Merckx is pitching a brilliant game for her Saints team. That'll go to the top of the order for them. Number 88, Gabriel Morari, who launches one high into the heavens. It's the left fielder that makes a lot of distance. Marama Markia does all the work early and ends up waiting underneath that one for the second out.
And it brings up number 8.
One of those balls that you don't want at Fraser Park on a sunny day about 3 o'clock in the afternoon. But she took that well because it seemed to be up there for an age.
For the kids that are learning, if you have studied that one, you'll see how much of the work that Mark here did earlier as we see another textbook demonstration of how to catch out there. 2 textbook demonstrations. Have a look at those ones, kids, because that's how you do the job. There we go. Saints get it done. Still no score in the ball game, and that was a quick one. So we'll be back again in just a minute.
Number 5.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We just saw a lightning round in the bottom of the 5th innings. We're now in the top of the 6th innings as these 2 combatants go at each other.
That's right, 7 pitches thrown in the bottom of the 5th inning there.
Yeah, 7 pitches, that's incredible.
2
balls,
balls, 5
strikes. That's all it took to end that innings, ladies and gentlemen. That's why I called it the lightning round. But equally so for Marjolaine Merckx. We just talked about it. The percentage of strikes from both pitchers will be very high. This one's popped up by Shaw Wallace. It's been caught by the best fielder out there, the back net. That back net eats softballs for dinner, and it's eaten another one.
That's right, and Misha gets another life there.
Yep, that might have come down in foul territory, but we'll never know because it's still travelling. That one's in orbit. There we go. She flirts with the top of the zone. Shaw Wallace not tempted to have a swing. We have seen Merckx with an ability to get batters to chase balls outside the zone, which is a sign of a pitcher on top.
Yeah. And that's a tough leave, that pitch, because it comes through a very nice sort of hittable spot.
This time one comes in on the inside, and it's Shaw Wallace who's made an adjustment on that inside pitch. He turns early and pushes that one down the third base line for a foul. The other thing you can see with all of these Saints and Ramblers batters, they're very organised. They know exactly what they're doing in the batter's box, which is testament to their coaching over the years. That one sails straight through the zone, and Shaw Wallace turned to stone by that one. And again, Crispy, that is a sign of a pitcher who's dominant, because she didn't know where that pitcher was going to be.
And it was way too close to leave, but she's just got them guessing. Great pitch control.
Yeah.
The batter there is working really, really well. Sometimes they're inside, outside the finish, but that was a...
Now, when you get up to these sorts of levels, in terms of a pitcher, she's had 9 strikeouts that I make it. So, yeah, it's an interesting one for statisticians, and clearly illustrates just how dominant she has been so far in this ball game.
Yeah, and that's probably the right word to use too. She has been dominant.
Yeah.
Now, when you get the likes of, I think Poppy Priddle's had 2, she's been struck out twice.
Yeah. So, probably as a coach, Crispy, you think pinch hitting will come into it very soon? If you've got hitters that are not adjusting and are being repeatedly struck out?
Yeah, it's a really good question, because it's tough. Sometimes sometimes someone on the bench can come in and just do something different. They haven't seen anything today. The pitcher doesn't know what they're going to do.
Yeah.
On the other hand, you've got quality lineup.
Yeah, I know.
Do you trust them to make the adjustments?
This time it's Kerry Simeon who makes all the adjustments you need. And we talked about her being one of the ones that can bust this game open. Well, she's got herself safe out there with a safe hit. Fine job done by Kerry Simeon. Now, she gets her team to the top of their batting order with only 1 down. And we've talked about the coaches throughout the game, and you do all of a sudden give your coach options when you've got outs in hand and runners on base.
Exactly, and with Maramo being left-handed, she's got the slap, she's got the bunt, and she's got the hitting power. So it makes it quite tough for the defence to think what she's going to do.
Yeah, well, Maramo was the first out in the first inning, but she picked a walk in her second at bat, and she managed to get her way all the way around to third base. So believe me, this girl knows exactly what to do once she gets out on base. And Simeon has been replaced at first base by the runner, Kim Marie Orupa.
And we talked about it at the start of the game. Both teams just looking to go through with execution and follow a simple process. See the ball, hit the ball. And Maramo just telling the umpire that she...
didn't necessarily agree with the location of that strike. But having said that, batters or athletes need to be careful about their descent.
There was a bit of venom in that swing.
Yeah.
In that little sort of slap swing.
But, umpires won't put up with that sort of descent for long.
No, and looking at the replay there, it's quite hard from the angle, but it does appear from here to be sort of slightly outside. Maybe she got a fair point.
Yeah, it's an interesting one, but I've never known a blue to say, "Oops, sorry, my bad." This time there, it's Marquia, who clearly fazed by that call, who strikes out to be replaced by Danica Fariso. But you've got to settle down. And it's about how you get, because that pitch is gone. Yeah, it's the next pitch.
Yeah, I was just going to say that we had Gene Lutton come in and speak to the under-17 boys, and that's what he spoke to the kids about, is just not showing them anything.
Yeah.
You change, you might be annoyed with it, but it's gone.
Yeah.
So you need to move on, you need to adjust, You don't look back at the umpire and say that you disagree with it, because they're not going to change their mind.
Yeah, that's a great piece of advice for young players from one of the elder statesmen / legends of our game, Gino. If you're tuning in, nice to hear that you're giving back at all levels of the game.
Yeah, well, current assistant coach of the Junior Black Sox.
Yep.
Here as well. So he's looking forward to that tournament overseas next year, and they've got qualifying in April in Palmerston North.
You can't keep a good man down, and Gino has always been involved in all levels of the sport. Still pulls the glove on and the cleats on to play as well. We saw him at the recent NFC team with Wellington.
Yep, not bad for...
don't say it. Don't tell the whole world how old he is.
But he's getting up.
Because we'd all want to be in that sort of shape when... Well, for me, he's a young man, but when we get to that sort of age...
Yeah, but he's got a lot of feathers in his hat for his coaching now.
Yeah.
Going on tour with the New Zealand Black Sox last year as well. And what he can give back to the junior softball has been great.
Absolutely fantastic. And we have already mentioned several times that that's a feature of this tournament right here in these women teams. All the vastly experienced ex-players that are now giving back to their sport. This time it is Danica Fariso. Another one of the players, along with Kerry Simeon, who can definitely influence this game with the bat. And Saints right here, it's 2 down. But bodies in motion on the bases has been a rare thing in this ball game so far.
That's right. And with Danica there, she popped up her first turn of bat and laid down a nice bunt, sacrifice bunt last time. So
yeah.
She's obviously seen the ball well.
This time she's hit one that's gone straight out to second base, who scoops that up, fires it into first base for the 3rd out. There we go, another innings and another no more runs. So we go to the bottom of the 6th, still 0-0 in this ball game. Anything could happen, ladies and gentlemen. It's been a fantastic ball game so far, so don't go anywhere. We'll be back in just a minute. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. We are back and up and running. One pitch out to third base and fired over to Shaw Wallace, who takes it on the half hop, but the out is made. Just like that, Alexia Lacantina becomes the first out. And in similar fashion to Merckx, who's slightly more dominant, Hania Monk, 2, 3, 4 strikeouts, 5 strikeouts herself, as racking them up, pitching an absolutely fine game for her team and keeping them in there. But the backup from her infield and outfield so far has been excellent. There's another example right there, as we see Shaw Wallace involved once again, as we see Ruby Nola in similar fashion to the last at-bat, trying to take it down that first base line. We talked about it off air, Chris, that the adjustments are slowly being made, but they're not getting anything cleanly on that outside pitch.
Not at all. And Ramblers got to be careful here, because this could be another quick inning.
Yeah, 7 pitches in the last innings. Count them, ladies and gentlemen, for this inning.
Which, for Pania, she'll be loving that. And there's that fine line between aggressive hitting and being patient. At the moment, I think Ramblers need to be a little bit more patient to see the pitches, get some runners on, add a bit of, build a little bit of pressure.
Yeah. It just seems both pitchers, game faces are totally unfazed. You occasionally get Pania just waving to Kerry Simeon behind the dish that she might have missed her spot like that.
Like that,
Yeah. But other than that, you wouldn't know what was going on. Poker faces, really.
That's right. Do you think anyone gave Pania the message about the shirt today?
Oh, they probably had to get some sort of dispensation to allow it, because I know there are rules around the uniforms all being the same. There's a pop fly for the third out, and if that was only 7 pitches, which is what it was possible, we'll find out in the next inning when we come back.
Full innings of play. It's the Saints nil, Ramblers nil. Top of the 7th.
Well, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to this game between Ramblers and Hutt Valley Saints. Absolutely amazing game out there in terms of just how tight and how tense it is. The score is still 0-0 out there between these two teams, and we talked about Pani and Monk throwing 7 pitches in the fifth innings. Well, in the bottom of the 6th inning, she just threw another 7 pitches. Crispy, and she's in danger of being underutilised down there. But, you know, if you want to be economical and save your pitcher, then it is all. But having said that, though, in all seriousness, it's an illustration also of the backup that she's getting from her defensive lineup out there.
I agree. You asked about movement before, whether you bring any players in. It looked like Saints had their team up, warming up before, but I can't see any substitutes coming in. But Kitty is over at the fence having a word to them, to the dugout.
And, of course, the volume, now that we're in the 7th innings, has definitely gone up. As we see Lacey Tungiano, number 20, in there for Saints. Struck out in her last at-bat, but she definitely hits with power, this girl, and if they can get a hold of something, anything in the 7th inning to give them an advantage is what's needed for both of these teams. And Mertz just continues to throw daggers out there. That one just dropping on the outside of the plate. Swung at hard for a strike. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Top of the 7th innings. There we see another example of a batter reaching across for that outside pitch. Strong wrists when you're going to get the bat, when you've got to reach the bat out there to really get a lot of power on the bat. You see it occasionally with guys who can reach, players who can reach across and launch it over the right field fence. Not an easy thing to do.
And again, fouled another one off, which is good at bat so far. So it's a good battle, because for Saints, they've got their 3-4-5 in the lineup here.
Yeah.
So this is where you would expect for them to have their players step up. So it's a very good battle. It's on a knife edge.
Yeah, it is.
So,
it is absolutely teetering on an edge. This time, there we go. Tungiano launches one out to left field. She gets a pitch that possibly didn't quite hit that outside spot that Mertz has been peppering, and she launches it straight away for a safe hit. And this is the sort of thing that coaches love to see. You've got your leadoff hitter on one, you've got Ivani Gibson coming up to bat, and none down. straight away we're seeing Kitty Shaw.
Yeah, you've got Matangiho Nuku, number 7. She's going on to do the running, so it looks like a pinch runner. They're not using the DR for this one, pinch runner.
Matangiho Nuku comes in, but I would say this will be a tactical substitution to get speed out there. You know how aggressive these coaches are going to be. Well, count down the pitches until we see a steal, because these coaches will want to do anything they can to try and get a run in the 7th inning. This time you see a bunt. The runner is off and running. There we see a slightly less agreeable coming together, but the result was still the same.
I don't know if you could see that on the replay. It's just coming up here now. Both players were going straight for that.
Straight away, though, we saw Fuima Ono just, are you okay? But no, she did a great job in making the out there, did Fuima Ono for Ramblers, but the runner for Saints does move across. Lacey Tangiano was the batter. Of course, the runner is a pinch runner, Matangiho Nuku. Execution for this runner is needed because something is going to happen, I think, Crispy.
You get that feeling.
Yeah, you do get that feeling.
Yeah, the Saints are up now, banging on the dugout. You can feel something brewing. Oh, Denver goes hard at that pitch there.
Shaw Tate fouls that one back. I mean, Saints just keep putting batters up there that are capable of launching this game for them. Runner at 2, 1 down. Job done so far for Saints.
Yeah, Ramblers coaching team just smiling away and having a bit of a tactical discussion about what's happening by the look of it, but they don't seem too pressured. They know they've got another turn at bat.
Count them, though. How many times has Donnie Hale in his life been in these situations? You'd have lost count, wouldn't you?
But as a softball player in a game like this, you either want that ball as a pitcher. You want your pitcher out there saying, "Give me the ball,
give me the ball."
This. And as a batter, you want put me in, coach. I'm ready.
Yeah, New Zealand have got some legendary pitchers, and they didn't want to give the ball to anyone else. You know, the shoulders could be hanging by a couple of torn ligaments. They'd still want the ball. Two pitch right here. Fouled off by Shaw Tate. And I get the impression that Saints have definitely upped the ante in terms of their aggression and performance right here. Not that they weren't doing well before, but another gear. They needed to find another gear to try and influence this ball game. But it looks like they're trying to do just that. This time Shaw Tate hits it straight back to the pitcher, who does take the out. But again, a job done by Shaw Tate. This time becomes the second out. But there we go, a rare occurrence in this ball game. You have Matangiho Nuku, number 7, standing out there at third base, 60 feet away from home plate.
Yeah, this is a good challenge for number 12, Poppy Priddle, coming up. She's had 2 strikeouts in this game, and the caliber player she is. Hopefully she's made adjustments in the dugout.
Well, the coach obviously values that athleticism and youth and now experience, because she's left her out there to do the job. Conference coming right here. Both teams quick to take advantage of it.
Yeah, Ramblers just having a discussion about what they're going to do. Maybe they're talking about her being a sort of slap hitter, or do we put her on?
Yeah, it's an interesting one because you're not putting her on to get at the next batter. You're putting her on to enable the forced play at another base. But having said that, it'll be runner's choice at first. If they do, you'd have to put 2 runners on.
Yeah, but sometimes with slappers, anyone who can slap or move the ball, that's when they can sometimes find those little leaguers that go over the top.
Yep. So bunt not really an option. Priddle definitely capable of leaguing it, of scorching it down first base line to get there, but maybe a push in behind the inner circle.
Yeah, and you can see the field's come in a little bit too.
There's a pitch that has gotten to the Saints batters throughout the ball game. This time it's Priddle who's adjusted and not taking the high rise ball. Great job there. Just takes a spot away from the pitcher when batters start leaving the bat on the shoulder. And you can feel the pressure building out there, Crispy. It's almost palpable. Three balls, no strikes. Great job by Priddle so far. There's that consistency we talked about. That outside pitch. It's been called the whole game. No exceptions. 3 balls, 1 strike.
Yep.
What do you do here, Crispy? Bat's got to stay on the shoulder, doesn't it? Unless it's right in the zone.
Sorry, I was watching the play there. I was getting quite excited because it's a great tense moment. I love watching what the defense are going to do here as well because as a defender, I'm like, hit me the ball. I want this out. I want to be able to somewhere I can help my pitcher out.
Well, it's a full count. Right here, right now. Priddle knows where this ball's got to be. It's right there. She's popped it up high. Second base getting underneath it. The runner's already found the home plate. Catch is made. There we go. Ramblers defused that one. And that inning had everything, ladies and gentlemen, but a score. Still 0-0. We'll find out what happens when we come back in just a minute. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. There we go in this highly tense and yet highly entertaining game of softball in front of us here on Diamond 1 Sorensen Field, Fraser Park, which is being more and more bathed in blue. Not yet bright sunshine, but hopefully that's not far away. And it is Saints and Ramblers who are providing the entertainment for everybody. Everybody's feeling it. You've got first place and second place in Group A going hard, trying to position themselves for later in the day. Of course, the 5 o'clock game today will be that game, Crispy, that decides the first grand finalist, the direct entry team, the team that doesn't have to play the morning game.
Yeah, there's always discussion about that. What's better for a team?
Yeah,
go
exactly.
Straight through or playing the games in the morning.
I don't know. My own feeling is I'd prefer to go straight through, but I've seen teams succeed and fail with both. So it'd be interesting to know what the stats are.
I'd love to know the stats on that. 'Cause
Yeah.
we had that with 17's boys. Last year we had to fight through the back door to go through, and this year, unfortunately, we were on the other end of that. We were top seeds going through, had an automatic qualification, and lost in the final. So.
Looks like Kerry Simeons has suffered one of the occupational hazards of a catcher and has been collected by the ball off the foul. I don't mean to laugh, but it is an occupational thing for catchers. She seems to be fine. Looks like she's taking it on the shoulder there.
Just laughing away.
Yeah. I don't know about you, Crispy. Have you ever been a catcher?
I've caught a few games.
Yeah, I never have, and I've never wanted to. It's the one position on the diamond that I've never aspired to be in. I can play everywhere else. I'd like to think I can, but I've never wanted to be a catcher. I've always thought you've either got to be absolute brilliant or absolute moron or both. Sorry to all you catchers, you do a unique job and you do a fantastic job doing it.
Yeah, they're up, they're down, they're in the game. They've got to think. It's worse
communication. They've got to make sure they know so much during the ball game that, yes, I'm going to lean towards the genius end of the spectrum on this one.
I'd have to agree. It's worse as you get older when they don't have umpires and it's the old catcher umpire that kind of comes into it too.
Yeah. There we go, Sound Masters it is. We're in the bottom of the 7th innings here, ladies and gentlemen. And still, no score in this ball game. We knew, Crispy, that this had to come sooner or later. We've seen a few blowouts on Diamond 1, but on this occasion, it's totally the other end of the spectrum.
Exactly. We've seen Sound Masters, quite a handy player. She pitched one of the games we were watching or commentating the other day, playing third base today.
Yeah, she's a pitcher. She's a third base. She's obviously valued in the lineup as a hitter. So, yeah, definitely one of those all-round utilities that are important to any squad.
Yeah, with 2 strikes on it now, she's just got to do a job, put the ball in play. And hopefully for her, she can hit that up the middle. There's a big gap with Denver playing more towards first base.
Yep.
It doesn't matter when you get the strikeout.
Yeah, another strikeout this time for Pania Monk, who along with Marjolaine Mertz has done a brilliant job. He's only pitched 14 pitches in the last 2 innings, so Ramblers will definitely be looking to make her be a bit more busy than that in this innings with Kastine Fuimaono up to bat. As we see that one finally just a little bit too far outside to be a strike. Goes hard at that one, does Fuimaono. Is a nice pitch that just drops out of the zone.
Donnie's just giving her some comforting words there. Just saying, no, nice swing, keep it going, letting it out.
Yeah, well, you know, it's just that situation in the 7th innings where a swing of the bat could be all that's required to end this ball game. Ramblers are at the bottom of the 7th. I believe there will be a tiebreaker if required. Straight after this inning, as we see a nice strike go through the zone, and both pitchers have not dropped their standards at all. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
I believe tiebreaker may be out the question on Diamond 2 with Kaiapua having a 2-run lead.
Kaiapua 2-0 up over the Bears. Interesting.
That was we were told that was the top of the 7th was the score there. I'm not sure if it's an update, but apparently it's been streamed live over there as well.
3 balls, 2 strikes, and it is Kaiapua who will feature in the next ball game here on Diamond 1. Oh, there we go. Pania Monk is... I said that they haven't dropped their standards. Well, I think Pania is actually getting better as the ball game goes on. 2 strikeouts in the row. And it's not just the fact that she struck out 2 batters, but she struck out 2 batters in the bottom of the 7th in a 0-0 ball game. Under those sorts of pressure, that's just how you respond, isn't it?
Yeah, that's great. That's great pitching. Great communication between the battery. Obviously got their plan. And, yeah, they're not letting the pressure get to them at the moment.
Inside pitch this time. Pania Monk and Kerry Simeon clearly have a great rapport out there. Their communication throughout the ball game has been on point. And as good as Pania Monk has been, it's Simeon that calls all the pitches for her. So she has managed and called a brilliant game so far. Similar fashion, when you're dominant like that, you can get away with a pitch like that. Well, it's clearly through the middle of the zone. Because batters just don't know where it's going to be.
Oh, I think that's the hardest pitch to hit. Yeah. the one that's straight through the zone.
Especially when you're 2 down and you're in the bottom of the 7th and it's 0-0, I say again. This time it's hit hard down the first base foul ball line. Alia Hinari, it is up to bat now, number 1. Both coaches have resisted the temptation to go to pinch hitting and have stuck with their lineups to do the job. This time it's hammered hard into the turf by Hanari. Can't get it out front, but anything that does go out front, if it's in the diamond, has been eaten up by the Saints defence in similar fashion to the Ramblers defence. Both of these teams just not willing to blink at the moment. Through the zone. For a strike, 3 strikes and outs in a row for Pania Boat. There we go, that's 7 over, so we are going to go to a tiebreaker in this one as we see the Ramblers girls take the diamond. We'll find out what's going to happen in this very tense ball game when we come back in just a minute. There we go, ladies and gentlemen, it is done. We're into tiebreaker innings. That's right. These teams have been heading that way right from the very first innings, where Chris and I we talked about how tight this ball game will be, where you don't get any tighter than a 0-0 ball game with 7 innings complete, Chris, and we are in a tiebreaker.
That's right. Well, we talked about having one runner at third. It's been the furthest I've got to.
Yeah.
I think we're 2 now, isn't it?
Yeah, I think maybe 2 or 3 for the whole ball game. Looking at home plate, they haven't been able to convert. So Saints start with the runner out at 2. Irini Costa into bat here and now, the 8th innings. And that runner is, let me get a number for you.
Number 12.
Number 12, Poppy Priddle. And possibly one of the rapidest, the fleetest of foot of this team in the Saints is Poppy Priddle.
So Ramblers nice and aggressive here, and that's good softball.
Yeah.
Sometimes, well, back in the day, you used to get the pitchers sort of throwing rise balls to get them popping up, but what you see a lot now, the pitchers just going straight for a strike and put the onus on the batter.
And more in the women's softball, they keep it low in the zone, try and get that ground out.
Yeah.
Very hard in a tiebreaker situation where you've already got a runner at 2, because that ground ball might just cost you a base. Yeah, let's see what the coaches can pull out of their technical armoury right here. Two balls, 2 strikes. It's an even count for Irini Costa in the batter's box for Hutt Valley Saints against Ramblers here in this 8th inning tiebreaker of a game that for 7 innings has not been able to separate these two teams.
Yeah, trying to get her to chase that pitch there as well, but good battle. It's a good battle. Runner's going to be looking to move over to 3 here, looking to go on the pitch.
Yeah, it's interesting, and what a job done right there by Costa to pick the walk. 2 runners on base, an extreme rarity in this ball game. And straight away, we are seeing a conference from Ramblers. Donnie Hale comes trotting out straight away. I mean, this guy has been in these situations so many times over a storybook career that goes back more than 20 years. And it'll be just about calm heads, surely.
Yeah. And just talking about what they're going, but hey, look, if we can get, they're probably going to put the ball in play, move the run around, which is tough when you've got Kerry coming up after that. But give up 1 run, but not give up 2. Or
give up a base, taken out. That'll be the minimum that will be required from Ramblers as we see Misha Shaw-Wallace coming up to bat now. Marjolaine Merckx is probably the first, it's not a first walk of the ball game, but in the situation, it's possibly the first bit of pressure that you've seen get to the pitcher out there. But hey, both pitchers have got to go through this. Oh, there we go. There's the first bunt straight away. And it is a foul ball. And that is one first baseman you're not going to run through. She has been rock solid out there all day.
Very much so. Yeah. Well, the fielders haven't had to do too much work with the amount of strikeouts going on. I think we've got 10 strikeouts for Ramblers.
Oh, the catch is made. And just like that, there is one out. And we have seen a few of the bunts, attempted bunts, get popped up. And there's another example right there, this time from Shaw Wallace. Kerry Simeon, who lined one out to right field in her last at-bat. Can she do it again? One down, runners at 1 and 2 for Saints here in this 8th inning tiebreaker. The steal is on. The throw is out there. The steal is successful. And Priddle, not only a great run, but a brilliant slide. Kerry Simeon out there. All the experience you want in this situation right now is in that batter's box for Saints. Ramblers with one down. It's amazing what pressure does as it's building out there. You see the sunshine finally appear out here at Fraser Park. Real good to see it. Welcome along to the ball game. Hey, Simeon's dropped the butt. It's a hit and run. There's the first run of the ball game. The ball's gone out there. That's going to score 2. On a pass ball. And we talked about the experience needed to get the job done. And Saints don't score 1. They score 2. 1 down still. There we go. We got the runner coming out for Kerry Simeon, Kim Maria Hooper. What a job there done by Saints.
Yeah, if you saw the replay just before that, Poppy might have been quite lucky to get away with leaving considerably early. But well played. You talked about pressure going on there, and getting that squeeze play bunt down, and Kerry beating it out to 1 as well.
Yeah, you'd be foolish to think that they've gotten away with it and good luck to them. But you'd be foolish to think that any team in that situation probably wouldn't have done the same thing. So would have done the same thing, absolutely. So at the top of the order, 2 runs have scored. Marama Markia up to bat. Let's not forget Ramblers get the opportunity to do that as well with a runner at 2. But in the meantime, it is only 1 down.
Yeah, I think it started the bat before that with Coach Shaw calling that steal.
Yeah.
Their steal play over the third, so moving the runners around in a better scoring position. And enabled getting that squeeze play to score 2 runs.
And the opportunity, of course, now right here to do that again. Does Coach Shaw double that up? Does she need to double that up? Keeps the answer to that question will be in the hands of Marama Markia on this pitch right here. One ball, 2 strikes. Top of the order, number 4, Marama Markia. She's put it out front. It is Merckx that manages to field it and get the second out. But once again, we've seen Saints come up with a way to get that runner over to third base. That will bring to bat number 16, a pinch hitter for Fraser. And that is Alexa Nemeth. Comes in to hit. You talked about the use of pinch hitters in the ball game. Well, here we go. Coach Shaw pulling all the tricks out of the bag now. She's got a few of them. Here we go. Alexa Nemeth it is. This is the first look for her in the ball game. She's been tasked with coming out here to do the job. Crispy, what an unenviable situation to come out and have your first involvement of the ball game in the 8th inning of a tiebreaker with a runner at 3. 2 down.
Oh, it's like a movie script. The sun's come out for us all, the blue sky, pressure situation. She's got a runner at 3, she can do a job.
Yeah, you wouldn't have scripted it before the start of the game, that's for sure.
Oh, she's taking a hex too, I like it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and she's got nothing to lose here as well.
That's right.
There's 2 outs, so she took it.
There really is only one
pitch.
description for this batter, and that's get anything out in front that you can.
Yeah, and I'd tell you that's what Kitty would have said to her as well. Like, we need you to come up and hit the ball hard somewhere.
So this might be a sacrifice of contact for power. Danica Fraser, a wonderful batter, but she is known as a contact hitter, so she'll get the ball in front 9 times out of 10 in most ball games. Not this one, but in most ball games.
Yeah, it's also mind games as well sometimes with the new batter coming in. They would have done their homework on Danica as well. So with Alexa coming in, it's a new for the batter, new for the pitcher. So you've got to make an adjustment to her.
Yeah, absolutely.
So sometimes it's a little bit harder for them.
Alexa Nemeth it is. Comes on the left side of the plate, swings hard at the outside pitch. Seems to be unfazed by the situation out there. Taking her cuts as they come. 2-2. Even count. Merckx, who's thrown an absolute fantastic ball game out there. Fires one through the outside. It gets Nemeth looking, and that'll end the tiebreaker innings here with Hutt Valley Saints scoring 2 runs in the 8th innings. And it's Ramblers' turn now. We'll find out what they can do when we come back in just a minute. After the slowest countdown in history, we're back, ladies and gentlemen. Back here in the bottom of the 8th inning, tiebreaker time. There we go. There's the first pitch from Pioneer Monk, who's been absolutely wonderful in this ball game. Saints now lead the ball game, and that's something I haven't said often in this ball game at all, by 2-0 after scoring 2 runs in their turn at the tiebreaker. It is now Ramblers' turn to influence this ball game. And Ramblers it is, who are going to have to score 2 to tie it up, or 3 to win it. We'll find out as we come through this inning. Jessie Jackson it is who is tasked with getting them going. She drops the bunt. That is going to move that runner across the 3. The regulation out has been made. Runner at 3. No score. Gabriel Murari comes up with that runner, steering down the 60 feet between third base and home. And that runner is getting their number. Alia Hinati, number 1.
Looks like number 1 from my view.
Alia Hinati it is. who is going to have to do the running. Murari into bat, swings hard at that pitch.
And the good thing for Saints is having that second run gives them a bit of a buffer, so they can basically just take the outs. Forget about the runner on three.
One run was brilliant. 2 runs is insurance. This time it's popped out to second base, takes the catch. And Saints it is who are piling on the pressure now to Ramblers. Ramblers haven't been able to answer yet. Noemi Giacometti up to bat. Chris, I'm going to leave it to you when the ball game is finished to choose a player of the match, and good luck with that one. Hard hit. This is going to score the run. It's found the grass. Wonderful effort by Markia to catch it. She couldn't do it. There we go, and just like that, the run has scored. 2-1. Chris, you mentioned it, the one run. The one extra run, how valuable is that now to Saints in this situation?
Yeah, and the runner being over at first base is a long way from home.
It is.
And Manava had a great attempt at that. The only risk with that, and it's not a criticism, it's just something to be aware of, is if she misses that goes to the fence.
You go with your instincts, in that situation, and her instinct was to catch the ball. Yeah. She catches it, the game's over. But she doesn't. It's only 1 run scored. So the important thing, as you say, is that she prevented it from going all the way to the fence.
She did, and she got her body behind the ball. Made a very athletic play for that.
Pania Monk out there staring down the line to her catcher. Fires one through the zone for a strike. Giacometti was who had that. Lyric Wilson is the batter. Finally, you have seen Donnie Hale dig into the tactical box for a pinch hitter.
Yeah, and for the loser of this game, the tournament's not over.
Yeah.
There's still another life in it. It's just more really for seedings and how they place later on in the game.
This time it's hit hard out to second base. Denver Shore takes it, fires it across the first base, and it is Saints that come out the winner by 2-1 in what has been an absolutely enthralling game of softball, ladies and gentlemen. It really has been worthy of a finals day game, but hey, these two teams have come up with it. Crispy, how did you see that one in the end?
Oh, it's a great bit of softball. I found myself watching it as a spectator quite a bit as well. Really intense game for both teams, and that's what we expected from the calibre of the coaching staff and the playing staff. With a lot of White Sox and up-and-comers playing. But in the day, the 2 runs cost...
that extra run, you're quite right. And that was on an overthrow. Let's not remember that. So in the end, it was an error that cost Ramblers that extra run. What a gallant second place by them in this ball game. The win for Saints. We won't hang around too much longer. We've got another game starting very, very shortly. Surely the great game of the tournament so far. I don't know what more I can say about it, but I'll just leave it to you, to Crispy, to give us a ball beyond the dugout player of the day.
Very, very, very difficult for me to choose, because I thought the team performance could have gone either way, but I can't go past Pania Monk. The outstanding effort on the mound, the way she kicked into the second half of the game, she got better and better as the game went on, and I think she controlled the momentum in the game. So for me, player of the day would go to Pania Monk.
There we go, the Beyond the Dugout player of the day, Pania Monk, and what a wonderful job she did. Both pitchers must be patted on the back for the jobs they did. In the end, it was Saints that just, I suppose they just outlasted Ramblers in the end to score 2 runs. For myself, Gary Rohihi here at Beyond the Dugout Broadcasting, and for Chris Stephenson, and for Adrian Royal, Corey Stickle, and the rest of the crew, we'd like to say thank you. But don't go anywhere, because we'll be back very shortly with the next game.